easy go.
Yo, what is up my amazing people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to The Test. We are playing The Test Final Revelation, which is the third one in this series. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go straight into this one. You guys have absolutely been smashing the whole series that I've been doing on these games. Yeah, that's fine. I have played the other two, that's fine. I'm just going to try and skip past this. Oh no. New game. Great. I'll try not to go too fast on it. I've already played the test and the tester. Right, there we go. So it's going to be the same type of thing, you know, sit back, relax, answer all questions honestly, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all this. If you guys want to read it, pause it, slow it down. I'm not going to read this, what looks like to be a poem. So I am going to just pass through all of this. So if you guys do want to read it, pause it, give it a read. You could probably read it as I'm going. I'm kind of like skipping it a bit. Oh, we've got him again. No matter what happens, I will always love you. Choice. Do you promise? Fate, with every ounce of my heart and each droplet of my soul, I swear to you. We are going to find a way out of here. Ooh. Okay. The testing room. Oh, Destiny. I wasn't expecting you so soon. Though I knew that one day we would meet in this room. You see, closely I've been watching you, studying every breath and every move. A few of my former colleagues you may have met, and a slew of questions you've answered without regret. Oh God, is this a poem? I may be similar, but unlike them still, I'll make you swallow the truth like a bitter pill. I will peel the emotion from your soul and make you eat your feelings whole. The questions I ask may be hard to answer, but I will cut the truth from you like a cancer. Both of us know why you're here. Yeah, because I'm streaming. To open up and cast out fear. No. To be as honest as you can. To take an angel's wing or a devil's hand. And in the end, we will both know how to escape your undertow. Time is on your side, but mistakes are not. Misanswered questions lead to misery route. Take time to think before you decide. Dig deep for the answers that live inside. You may not go back, you may not return. Once a decision is made, into your soul it is burned. But before we continue, just know this. Your dishonesty would be very remiss. If your answers lack the guidance of truth, then your final destination would rather be uncouth. So with that being said, I need your heart's honesty. You can run from yourself, but you can't run from me. Now, let the examination begin. Do you ever feel like you aren't good enough? Yes, I do. Do you ever feel like you put more effort into friendships or relationships than others put back into you? There are times where I do, yes, not in the relationship I'm in currently, but, you know, in previous relationships or at least in some friendships, 100% yes. So I'm going to say yes to that. Do you ever feel like your life is going nowhere? There are times where I do feel like I'm, you know, Groundhog Day, every day's the same. Recently it's been a bit different because, you know, I've had new excitement and new fun and happiness in my life, but sometimes I do feel like, you know, am I stuck in this rut where I'm not going to get my dream job and all that kind of thing, so I'm going to say yes. Do you ever feel like you're trapped in limbo? Well, you know, Groundhog Day, so yeah. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by seemingly trivial tasks? No. Are you sometimes afraid of what your future may hold? Yeah, sometimes. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? I've been asked this in the previous ones and I've always said I hope so, so I'm going to say yes because I would hope so. Are you afraid of death? No. The concept of death I'm not scared of. It's going to come to us all. It's the concept of, you know, the pain. Is it going to hurt kind of thing. Are you afraid of what might come after death? No. Do you feel as though you're wanted in life? I do now. Do you ever feel like you just don't belong? There are times where I do feel like that, yes. Do you ever feel like a burden all the time? Have you ever felt left out? Yes. Have you ever felt like a failure? Yes. Have you ever felt like you just weren't attractive enough? Oh my god, yes, like all the time. Have you ever worked yourself sick? Yes, I have actually. Do you ever have racing thoughts at night that make it difficult for you to get to sleep? So this is yes and no. I used to find it hard to go to sleep, but now I can fall asleep and I can sleep constantly, but I will wake up. So there is not one night where I have not woken up. I'll always wake up at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then my alarm will go off. So getting it difficult to go to sleep, no. But difficult to stay asleep, yes. So I'm going to say yes for the purpose... I'm going to say no for the purpose of this question of getting to sleep, because I don't have a problem going to sleep, it's staying asleep. Are you afraid to ask for help? Yes. Oh my god, yes. Do you feel like people often criticise you? Yeah. Do you ever feel judged by your friends or family? Yes. Do you ever wonder what your purpose is in life? Yes. If you could turn back time for any reason, would you? Yes. Would you say that you would have many regrets in life? Oh my god, yes. Does meeting new people for the first time make you uncomfortable? No, and it depends, because like when I first met my partner, I was like really nervous. I wasn't uncomfortable, I was nervous, so no. And does looking out your window at night make you feel uneasy? No. Do you sometimes double check that your doors are locked even though you're certain that you've already locked them? Yes, I do this all the time. So I'll go up to bed. I know that I've locked the door when I've come in and stuff, but I'll go to bed and I'll like try the handle to make sure that it's done, because obviously the door is next to the stairs, so I'll like, as I'm passing the door to get to the stairs, I'll just check it. So yeah, all the time. Do you ever feel like my life is moving too slow? No, it's going too quick. Do you ever feel like yes? Do you ever feel uncomfortable when you're home alone? No. Would you consider yourself to be a thoughtful person? Yeah. Would you consider yourself to be superficial? I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say yes because I don't know what it means. Do you ever judge others by the way they look or dress? I do. I'm bad. Yes, I do. Would you consider yourself to be high maintenance? No. Have you ever been bullied by someone you cared about? Yes. Have you ever been a bully to someone unintentionally? Like, I've never done it on purpose, so no. Do you try to keep a low profile to avoid attention from others while in a crowded area? Yes. Do you actively try to avoid busy places? No. Would you sometimes rather be alone than surrounded by people you care about? There are times where I would rather be, but it depends on my mood. Like, if I'm depressed, then yeah, I'd rather be alone. You know, and sometimes when that person that, you know, you love and stuff is there, like, talking to you and stuff, it's kind of yeah, no, I'm gonna just say yeah. Does making phone calls make you feel uncomfortable? It depends, because I'm happy to talk on the phone to my partner or my family, but when my friends call, I don't know why, I just don't like it. If friends or an unknown number or a number I don't have saved call, I don't like it. So yes. Are you sometimes afraid to confront people even when they do something that bothers you? Yes, I don't do it. Do you feel uncomfortable when committing to definitive plans for the future? No. Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to stay motivated? No. Do you ever fear that you're failing those who care about you most? Yes, I do. Does driving a vehicle give you anxiety? No. Are you afraid to explore new places by yourself? No. Have you ever carried an object around you that made you feel more comfortable? Yes, my phone. Does being around animals bring you a sense of peace? Yes. Do you sometimes believe that your loved ones are lying to you when they say that they care? No. Friends, yes. Not that one. Do you ever feel like you push your loved ones away? Probably do, but unintentionally, so I'll say yeah. I'll say ready to go. I'm going to have to stop you here. The truth that pours forth is incredibly clear. I hope that you're being honest for your own health. You could try to lie, but you'll be cheating yourself. I'd like to move on to the next phase of the test. A series of pictures to give your brain a rest. You're going to tell me what emotional response to bring out. which will show me what your mind is pondering about. So feast your eyes upon the art, and let me into that precious heart. For starters, what emotion do you feel is most present in this picture? Anger, depression, joy, chaos, relaxation, or numbness? I'm going to say chaos because it's a bit like broken, glassy, and... What word do you feel describes the picture best? Trapped, manic, broken, soulful, chaotic, or beautiful? Broken. What do you think this picture is called? Chaotic crystals, the portal, soul abduction, a mind of misery, or celestial stare? Chaotic crystals. Very interesting. Moving on. What emotion do you feel is most present? I'm going to say relaxation because it's kind of like wavy and, you know. Stuck, abyss, toxic, demented, life, exotic. Live? No. Abyss. I don't know. Corruption, wave, the bear fin, blazing soul, destroyer of sense, darkness revealed. This is so bizarre, like, questions to the text. It reminds me of, like, two planets, or, like, a moon and a sun. We'll go relaxation. Space. The vault, Decraton, I see, reflection of the universe. Numbness. Unknown. The rabbit hole. That's peculiar. How many of these are there going to be? Oh, depression, because it's like looking into a fucking hole. Darkness. Nest of darkness. Chaos, because there's like so much happening. Prismatic. A shining light. Oh, very spacey. I'm gonna say chaos because it's very like destructive. Planetary collide, definitely collide. Growth seed, Mother's Nature gift, form in Earth, will meet again, angelic form in Earth. Because it could be like the Big Bang. Ooh, anger. Fury. Inferno Gate. Oh, that's quite relaxing. Although it's a bit like, I'm going to say it's a bit like futuristic. The data sphere. Is this like a polygraph test thing where you look at something and you're like, oh, it looks like a bunny or it looks like a moth? I'm gonna say numbness because it's like it's weird. Ocean sky, womb, destiny, warp. Bear plus trees, one of heart, endlessly going down ultraviolet. We'll do endlessly because it's got like the ripples of the sea here. Probably depression because it's very broken. Broken. Maybe the crystal verse. It almost good because I don't like this bit. What emotion do you feel? Oh, that's a bit chaotic. I don't like that. Oh, I don't know. Oh, no. I don't know what I clicked. Planet cradle, planet forming. Are we done with this one? No. Probably depression. Laser. Sonic boom. I love it. Just a few more. God, I don't like this. That's kind of relaxing. It's very earthy, I think. Sphere. Marble of Time. I like that. Almost finished. Good. You said that a couple goes ago. What emotion do you feel? Relaxation. Gaseous, chaos, warped, wave, nebula, jungle, nebula. Vaporous forms, light breaking, solar space, leaves up close, or verdant path. We'll do light breaking. Very good. Last one. Oh look, there's like a heart in the middle. I like that one. That's kind of like relaxing because there's a little heart up there. Like here, look. Music, choir, voice, hollow, solitary, void. We'll do music. The sound of silence, empty world, warp tunnel, notes of harmony, or the static. We'll do notes of harmony because that sounds kind of nice. Your answers have been documented well. Deep into your subconscious they dwell. Stop with the poetry. Well, I'm not finished with you just yet. There are still some truths that have yet to be met. As a matter of fact, this is only the start. Oh my god. We will have a great deal of fun before we part, so let me challenge you on another level still. I'll pick your brain until I get my fill. This next set of questions will test your conscience more. And again, your honesty I do implore. Let us begin. One year, you're running a little low on funds to purchase presents around the holidays, so you decide to spend $1 and get everyone in your family a lottery ticket. You give each of them their own lottery ticket and wish them the best of luck. The drawing is held and one of your family members hits the jackpot, but it's someone who you don't really get along with and just bought a present out of the moral obligation. They plan to keep the money all for themselves as they feel it was their ticket. How does this make you feel? Angry, jealous, happy, or indifferent? Well, happy, good for them, I'm glad they won. Very well. And what would you wish to do in this situation? Try to steal the ticket, destroy their ticket, get them killed, let them be happy with their winnings. If the roles were reversed and you were given a winning lottery ticket, would you share the money with your least favourite family member who bought you the ticket in the first place? Now, I probably would, but I wouldn't give them like half or like a third or anything. I'd be like say if I won like £1 million, I'd be like, here's £1,000. So yes, I would. Now you're walking through a forest and you come across a black suitcase. Inside the case there rests $1 million. $1 million. Alongside the money there lies a blood-stained note with only the one word written on it. The note simply says, don't. How does it make you feel? Scared, anxious, excited, or indifferent? Probably anxious. And what would you wish to do in this situation? Grab the suitcase and run back to my car. Take as much money as I could hold and leave the rest. Call the police and let them know about the suitcase, or leave the suitcase alone and move on. I'd probably leave it, because as much as I'd want to take it, I think I'd feel guilty in taking it, because I'd be like, technically not mine, and yeah, it's just been left there in the middle of a forest, but I feel guilty, so I'd probably just leave it. The note wasn't covered in blood. Would it change your decisions? No. The devil appears in your room at night while you're alone and just about to fall asleep, and tells you that he has a special one-time offer for you. In exchange for your soul and eternal damnation, he'll let you choose from one of the 3 glorious bargains. He's not told you what these bargains are yet. How does this make you feel? Scared, suspicious, intrigued, or angry? I'm probably intrigued. I'd be like, what are you up to then? The devil then goes on to assure you that whether or not you believe him to be truly the devil, he surely is. And to prove his point, he demonstrates magnificent magical prowess and drags you to hell for a split second before transporting you back to your bedroom. In that second, you could feel a lifetime of pain and suffering in the most unimaginable ways possible. He then goes on to tell you he hit on his offers in exchange for your soul to see if you can strike a bargain. Which of these would you choose in exchange for your soul? So, all the wealth and power, you'll never age but can still die from physical injury, you can bring one person back from the dead, or I wouldn't sell my soul. I would probably bring one person. The devil offered you a deal of some other kind. Would you accept it in exchange for eternal damnation? I don't know. No. I see. Civilization is about to come to an end as a plague sweeps the globe. COVID. Turning everyone who perishes into mindless zombies. Who hunger for living and flesh. You watch as everyone you know becomes gravely ill and turns, except for 5 of your closest friends and family. How does this make you feel? Incredibly sad, I don't want the world to end. Excited, I've always fantasized about a zombie apocalypse. Scared, I don't know if I can survive that long, or indifferent, this is life now. Probably sad, because I'll be like, I don't want it to end. If you knew that a zombie apocalypse was coming in 10 years from now, and you could prevent it from happening, would you? Yes. You've been working at a company for 10 years, and you've been promised a very important and incredibly lucrative promotion. However, someone hired only a number of weeks ago has just been promoted to that position that you were promised. Your boss essentially tells you tough luck and that maybe one day you'll get the position, and that he had to promote the other employee as a favour for a friend. How does this make you feel? So, angry I was promised that promotion, jealous that promotion should have been mine, betrayed, I can't trust my own employer, or indifferent, everything happens for a reason. I would probably be really angry. I'd be fuming. You also learn a few secrets about the company that could be disastrous if they were to escape, such as the fact that they haven't been properly reporting their income for the last decade. What would you do? What would you wish to do in this situation? Threaten to report the boss for fraud, quit my job and look for new employment, sabotage the new employee to get them fired, or nothing, you instantly lose them? Probably quit my job. If the roles were reversed and you were hired and promoted as a favour over someone more deserving, would you accept it? Obviously not. I'm not going to not accept a promotion. More money, am I? You're home alone at night, cooking food in your kitchen, and you turn around to realise that someone is watching you through the window in the darkness. They have their face and hands pressed up against the window, and they make direct eye contact with you before turning and running out of sight around the other side of the house. How does this make you feel? Scared, anxious, secure, or protective? I would be scared. And what do you think you'd do in this situation? So, lock the doors and call the police. Yes, I'm not even going to read the others. I would lock the doors and call the police. The face you saw in the window was the face of a supernatural entity and not of a human being. Would your answers change at all? No, I would still be scared and I would still call the police. I'm going to present you with some more potential scenarios, but I'm going to ask for more simplistic answers as a result. You're not feeling all too well, so you decide to go to the doctor. The doctor runs a series of tests and gets back to you shortly after, so announces some grave news. It turns out that you've contracted an incredibly rare illness that there is currently no cure for. This illness caused complete body paralysis within 6 months of contraction, meaning that in less than a half a year from now, you'll be rendered unable to move, blink, talk, or any form of expression whatsoever. You'll need to be kept alive on a feeding tube, and you'll never be able to communicate with anyone else ever again. You'll just be kept alive on machines in a vegetative state. Would you want to be kept alive in a state, or would you rather have the plug pulled whenever that happens? Pull the plug and let me die. How would you like to spend the last 6 months of your life while still mobile? Spending it with all my friends and family, pursuing all the dreams, making the world better, or I'd wallow in self-pity. I would spend it with my friends and family. There are diseases out there that you can put in that sort of unfortunate situation. Does knowing this motivate you to do things that you've never done before and pursue more than life, or do you feel relatively unaffected by the knowledge that this could potentially happen to you at any point? Don't really change anything, really. I'm trying to go, there we go. You have a pet dog whom you've raised since its birth. 3 years have passed and it's the best dog you've ever had. You love it like it's your own child, and one day he runs away in the middle of the night chasing after a wild animal in the darkness. You search everywhere for your dog, but no matter what you do, you can't seem to make any progress. About a month passes and you still haven't seen any traces of your four-legged friend, until one morning you wake to the sound of familiar barking. You rush outside to find the elderly neighbour in his late 80s is out on the front lawn, joyously playing with your dog. He's named the beast Johnny, and they both seem to be having the time of their lives. You rush over there and hug your dog. He excitedly licks your face. Your neighbour says, "Johnny's a good boy, isn't he? I lost him when I was just a boy about your age, but he's come back. Johnny's come back and we're together again." Come to find out, your elderly neighbour is suffering from dementia, recently brought on by the stress of losing his wife just a couple months prior to finding the dog. The dementia has caused him to believe that your dog Johnny is his old dog from his childhood, coming back into his life to make him happy and keep him company. The dog seems to be in great shape, very happy and well looked after. You know, telling the odd man that is really his dog is your dog would break his heart and crush him. Would you break the news to him that isn't his dog and take Johnny home with you, or would you let him keep the dog and choose to visit him daily to play and go for walks? I would probably let him keep it. And if I really, really wanted to, I could just get another dog. He said like 3 months or something had passed. And if the dog's in a good shape and it's causing that man happiness, it's the only thing he's got in his life, why not? Why not give someone else that happiness? I would let the odd man keep my dog. Does the story make you settle? Not really, because it's hypothetical, it wouldn't happen. Can you imagine yourself in the old man's position, being so alone in life and finding one thing that can make you feel less alone, shame to have to face it being ripped away from you once again? Yeah, I can. Let's say that you were viciously murdered by a serial killer. You fell for one of their traps as they lured you in and made you the latest victim. Now, let's also say you're given a unique opportunity in the afterlife as you return as a spirit to roam the earth. However, you're bound to 2 potential options, and only 2. You can either choose to haunt your assailant and make his life miserable, hopefully foiling his plans to kill in the future and potentially save lives in the process, or you can choose to spend your time as a spirit amongst your still living family and friends, guiding them in positive ways and making their lives better. You're bound to whichever option you choose until your entire family and friends are no longer living, or your killer is no longer living. You cannot choose both. Which one would you choose? I'll choose my family and friends. Do you think you have what it takes to drive your killer insane and push him over the edge? I probably would, but no. Do you believe that this scenario is possible? No. If this situation happened to a friend or family member, and they were viciously killed, which situation would you rather them choose? Haunt their killer. One night you go to sleep and get a good rest that feels like the best sleep you've ever had. You wake up in an unfamiliar room in an unfamiliar bed. You look in the mirror and you hardly recognise yourself. You look as though you've aged 20 years. There's a sticky note on the television screen that says press play, so you oblige the note and hit the play button to reveal a message that has been left for you by all of your friends and family that are still alive and well, though they all seem to be 20 years older as well. They explain to you that every single day for the last 20 years, you've repeated the same day over and over again. Due to a severe head injury, your memory doesn't last more than 24 hours, so each day when you sleep, or recollection of what took place 24 hours prior is entirely wiped. Your loved ones have made a video for you to let you have the say in your potential future. You have the option to either watching this video every single day so you know what's going on and you can continue to progress your life, even though you won't have any recollection of it, or you can choose to continue living as you have been, repeating the same day over and over again, living in ignorant bliss. Which would you choose? Rather watch the video every day. Would you be upset if your family kept the truth from you for 20 years even though they felt like it was for your own good? Yes. If your best friend was in this situation, would you make a video for them telling them the truth, or would you repeat the day every day exactly the same for them in order to keep happy, never letting them know? I would make them a video. Through frantic digging in the attic, reading old files and newspaper articles, you've come to find your parents' old famed psychologist. You've also come to find they aren't really your parents. In fact, they're not related to you at all. From what you can gather through your new discoveries, a story tells a young child who developed psychotic tendencies wanting to transform murdering their parents in a tragically brutal way. However, that child suffered so much trauma from the event of the loss of their parents. Once the trance had worn off, they would repress the memory of their parents' death, blocking it from completely in their mind. 2 psychologists took the child into treatment and performed studies against the child's knowledge, raising that child to be a fairly functional adult, while playing the role of the child's parents to further gather data and potentially help that child avoid a terrible life in the process. You are that child. Would you resent your would-be parents? No, because they've technically been, yeah, see? Be grateful that it gave you a second chance. Would you feel betrayed by the secret they kept from you? I would feel upset that it was kept a secret. Would you confront them about the articles? No. If you're in their position, would you do the same for a child in a similar situation? I would if, finances and you can afford it. But I probably wouldn't. Because, I'm not a psychologist. I have one final scenario. Thank God. The end of the world has come and gone. All that is left are post-apocalyptic soldiers roaming the lands, combing through towns and laying waste to survivors in their path in hopes of claiming their equipment for themselves in order to survive the harsh, barren wasteland known as planet Earth. These scenarios. You get in good with a large colony of soldiers and spend about 6 months with them before they decide that you're not pulling your weight. In order to save the very few food rations they have left, they exile you from the compound and send you out to fend for yourself. You decide to venture into a neighbouring town and have to find food that was left behind by raiders, and it takes you about a day and a half before you strike gold. It in an underground bunker stockpiled to the brim with enough food to feed an entire colony for a year. Now you have a few choices to make. Would you go back to the colony and tell them about the bunker, or would you stay in the bunker by yourself? I'd keep it for myself. They kicked me out. If you could choose to tell some of the soldiers about the bunker and let them in so you could lead a new colony, but exile the soldiers who exiled you, would you do it? No, because if they're faithful. If you were to lead a new colony, would you build it based on savagery and raiding, or would you build it based on sharing and compassion? Probably sharing and compassion, but you would also need the thingy. If you were the leader of the colony that exiled you, except it was you who exiled someone else who wasn't pulling their weight, and that person just happened to find themselves in a similar situation where they found jackpot worth of food in an underground bunker, they refused to share with the food with you and your colony, would you raid them and steal it for yourselves, or would you let them keep what they found? They can keep it. Ugh. A choice here, a choice there. Which would you rather? More dilemmas around from where I can gather, and your answer crisp, clear, and concise. Will you be selfish or is your conscience of ice? In just moments from now, we'll both see the difference between who you are and who you wish to be. Let us begin. Would you rather abandon the person you love the most, or be abandoned by the person you love? I'd rather be abandoned. Would you rather have friends in high places who could get you anything you wanted, didn't necessarily care about you, or friends who couldn't give you anything but they feel a deep personal bond with you? Friends with a stronger bond. Oh, what did I just... Oh. Would you rather cheat on your partner but never get caught, or know that your partner cheated on you but you have no way of proving it? Well, get cheated on. So rich but live a dishonest life, or poor but live honestly? Oh, favourite pet family. I'm sure they'd be fine with it. So get fired from a high paying job, or fire my friends from a high paying job? Probably get fired. Sleep with your step sibling, or sleep with your best friend's partner? Well, best friend's partner, because technically incest in a way. Do you rather save your best friend from certain death and let 1,000 strangers die, or save 1,000 strangers and let your best friend die? Ooh. Save our friend. Free food for the rest of your life, or rescue a starving child from a third world country? Free food, no. It depends, because I could rescue a starving child, but where am I going to put him? Realistically, I could not do that. There's nowhere I could, I can't keep them at mine. I can't afford to move out and have a child with myself. So I'm going to go free food, sorry. Rich but without family, or poor with family? So poor but with family. Steal food for the rest of your life in order to eat, or steal enormous amounts of money from the wealthy but have to destroy the money immediately? Well, steal food, because what's the point of that? Do you ever serve 4 years in the military during wartime, move to a third world country and never allowed to return? So 4 years in the military. Would you rather always be travelling 10 miles above the speed limit, or 10 miles below? I'll do 10 miles below. Never have sex for the remainder of your life, or have to sex every day? Sex every day. Hardcore drugs for 10 years but make a full recovery, or addicted to alcohol for the rest of your life? See, both can do damage, really. Do the alcohol. Live to be 200 years in a perfectly preserved youthful body and have to watch your family and friends die around you, or live to be 70 but die before your friends? So outlive my friends and family for 200 years, or live to be 70 and die before my loved ones? I think I'd rather be 70. I don't want to live in this world for that amount of time. Sacrifice all of your friends in order to survive, or sacrifice both of your parents? All my friends. Okay, acknowledge your work that you didn't do, or work hard for the rest of your life but receive... Yeah, well, this happens every day. Work hard but never receive any praise. Do you rather punch a nun or get punched by a nun? Get punched by a nun. Lose all of your money you've earned this year, or lose all the memories you've gained this year? Oh, God. See, I've made some really, really good memories. If it was last year, I'd be like, yeah, I'll get rid of my memories. But I've made some really amazing memories so far this year, and we're only in March. But I need money to survive. I'm going to go with the money, because you can't keep a guaranteed 10. Know how you die, or know when you'll die. Know how I die, because I can change that if I don't like the outcome. Be blind but you able to see crystal clear underwater, or be deaf. Be permanently deaf, because you can lip read and you can still see things. Give up all internet and social media but be able to travel the world for free, or have the best internet in the world for free but never leave your house? Travel for free but give up internet. I'd be like, babe, you're coming with me? Walk barefoot across hot coals, or walk barefoot through snakes and that. Hot coals. Be the judge who sentences people to death, or the executioner in charge? I'd rather be the judge. Would you rather have a witch cast a nasty hex Okay, so I'd rather have bad luck hex cast on me, or I'd rather be haunted by a demon seeking possession. I'd rather have, possession. Be married to someone incredibly beautiful who doesn't find you attractive, or be married to someone whom you're not even remotely attracted to, they find you incredibly attractive. Oh, so married to someone I'm not attracted to, or married to someone who's not attracted to me. To be fair, right, it's not always about looks and stuff. So yeah, they might be attractive, but like my partner is amazing. He is gorgeous, but I'm going to say the bottom one. Work a high-paying job that you despise or a low-paying job that you love. High-paying job because you need money nowadays. Walk 1 mile home wearing nothing but a pair of socks, or be fully clothed but have to walk 100 miles. 100 miles. Around $5 in your pockets, or have to go 100 out of the 5 in my pocket. 100 of your favourite books but never watch a movie again. So I'd give up movies for 100 books, or I'd give up books for 100 movies. See, that's a problem, because I love reading books. But, you can make some really good memories with people, with movies. So I'm going to give up books. So I'd rather be 20 minutes late or be 2 hours early. Find a dead body or be a witness to a deadly assault. Thing is, you'd get questioned on them both. But if you're a witness to a deadly assault, there's a potential that you could then be like assaulted and stuff. Whereas if you find a dead body, as long as the murderer's not around, you'll be fine. So I think I'd rather the body. Would you rather be able to change the past or see what the future holds? I'd rather look into the future. Do you rather have one really great friend or 100 mediocre? One great friend. Lose all your teeth or one day off your life every time you kiss someone. I'd rather lose all my teeth, because then at least I can, go and pay to get them, like, false teeth. Win the lottery and lose the ticket before you can collect your money, or see your worst enemy win the lottery. See my worst enemy. Do you rather find true love or have your dream job? True love. Do you rather have a pause button for life or a rewind? A pause. Would you rather drown to death in gasoline or be boiled to death in water? See. Drown to death in gasoline or boiled to death in water. Which one's going to be like the less kind of painful, quickest death? I don't want to drown. I don't want to boil. I'll do drown. Would you rather make a new friend every day or get $100 a day for doing nothing but never have friends again? Make a new friend every day. Do you rather die to save your family or sacrifice your family to save yourself? So I'd rather sacrifice myself. Would you rather always be hated by those closest to you for something you didn't do, or have everyone hurt you care for? So I'd rather be hated for something I didn't do, or I'd rather hurt everyone I love without being blamed. I'd rather be hated. Would you rather sleep with your worst enemy or someone... I'd rather sleep with my worst enemy, or I'd rather sleep with an STD-ridden person. Well, my worst enemy. Do you rather only eat food that you don't like, or give up all liquids except water? I'd rather only eat foods I dislike. Would you rather always listen to music at max volume, or always listen to music just above the lowest volume? And probably the lowest, because sometimes, like when you've got a headache, or you just don't want to listen to things loud, so I'll do that. Would you rather meet your hero and find out that they don't like you, or never meet your hero at all? Never meet my hero. I'd rather never have pets, or I'd rather never have friends. I'll do never have pets, because I'd rather live in excruciating pain. We're not done yet. Except for one. These final questions will be from deep within. I want to see your soul. I want to see your heart beating quick. I want to learn all that you know. I want to see what makes you think. I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know your darkest truths. I want to know what makes you sick. I want you to expel the truth from yourself. I want to feed on your precious fate. I want to learn from all your love and bathe in all your hate. Okay, we'll start asking, because come on. Do you ever lie to those who are closest to you? No. Have you ever hurt someone who you didn't know deserved it? Intentionally? No. Have you ever lost your temper when you know you shouldn't have? Yes. Have you ever intentionally hurt an animal? No. Have you ever blamed someone for something that you know they didn't do? Yes. But not anything bad. It was just like when something happens and it's like embarrassing and you're like, oh, why would you do that? And you blame it on the other person. But in the way that this is talking, I'm going to say no. Have you ever abandoned a pet? No. Have you ever abandoned a loved one in the time of need? Not that I'm aware of. Have you ever stolen something from someone that you cared about? No. Have you ever broken something to spite someone that you cared about? No. Have you ever played the victim in a situation even though you hadn't been wronged? No. Have you ever had romantic feelings for someone who wasn't your partner while you were in a relationship? No. Have you ever wished for death on someone who had wronged you? I have, yes. Have you ever wished for death of a loved one? No. If you knew that writing someone's name on a piece of paper could instantly cause their death, would you write down anyone's name? Yes, I would. Do you feel like you could spend more time with your loved ones than you currently do? Yes. Have you ever owed someone an apology but refused to apologise to them? Yes. Do you ever regret worrying too much about things you can't control? Yes. Do you ever feel like your negativity brings other people down? I do feel like that. Do you ever regret not standing up for yourself when you feel you've been wronged? Yes. Do you ever feel like you let others influence your decision making too much? Yes. Do you ever wish that you'd lived a more honest life? No. Has your dishonesty ever caused someone else to suffer? No. Have you ever had someone leave your life before you had the chance to tell them something important? No. Do you ever feel like you prioritise people in your life that are unworthy of your time? Yes. Do you ever feel like you prioritise your own wants before those who need you most? Yes. No. Do you ever feel like you spend too much time working towards something that you're not truly passionate about? Yes. Do you ever feel like you're living up to your full potential? No. Do you ever let your fears stop you from pursuing things that you truly want? Yes. Have you ever refused to try something because you're afraid that you would fail? Yes. Have you ever been attracted to someone but refused to let them know because you were afraid of being rejected? Yes. Do you ever feel as though you're chasing the wrong things in life? Yes. Do you ever feel like you spend so much time planning the future that you ignore the present? No. Do you feel like your friends and family like you more than you like them? No. Have you ever loved a pet more than your family? Well, he is my family. Bernie, my parrot, is my family. So I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Do you ever make up excuses to get out going to an event instead of just telling the person who invited you that you don't want to go? Yes. Do you ever feel like you spend more time on technology than you do building stronger bonds with your friends and family? No. Have you ever defended someone that you shouldn't have? Yes. Do you sometimes have a hard time admitting when you're wrong? Yes. Do you ever place the blame for your personal fails on someone or something else? No. Have you ever accused someone of something with no real evidence to back it up? No. Have you ever had sex with someone who you know you shouldn't have? Yes. Have you ever had any kind of relationship with someone who you know you shouldn't have? Yes. Have you ever let a relationship degrade you because you're afraid of being the one to break up with someone? Yes. Do you feel like you could take better care of your own health? Yes. Have you ever let someone else take the blame for something that you did? No. Have you ever acquired something that you didn't really want just because someone else wanted it? Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're not living up to others' expectations? Yes. Have you ever walked out in someone's life without any explanation? No. Do you ever feel like you focus more on the negative aspects of your life, on what you don't have, rather than being grateful for what you do have? Sometimes I do, yes. Have you ever witnessed someone being wronged, but then didn't have the courage to stand up for them? Yes. And finally, do you feel like you're a good person? No. Very interesting. Okay, what's my outcome? I've dug myself a hole, analysed your answers very carefully, and now it's time for me to gaze into your soul. I want to know my outcome. This is preposterous. This simply cannot be. I have expected every potential outcome, but yours seems to have evaded even me. I was prepared to tell you of your fate, to play upon your fear, to break the worst news to you, to plant seeds of doubt within your ear. But as I've asked you to be honest with me, I must in turn be honest with you. For as much as I wish to lie, I am forever shackled to the truth. From what I can deduct from deep within, from everything you shared with me, in return I shall share this with you. This is what I see. Well, aren't you just a bucket of sunshine? It's incredible to me just how misunderstood you are. In fact, you're so misunderstood that you often don't understand yourself. Sometimes you just do things, you just do stuff. Why? Because you do. You don't need a reason, you just act. This is not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, this is an amazing quirk that is so perfect to someone who might just be madly in love with you. What? Your spontaneity, whatever, is a gift that can bring a smile to a miserable face and a crying heart. Do not lose this gift. With all that being said, you are not where you want to be in life. You are not as happy as you lead on sometimes, and only those closest to you know how you really feel. Even then, you don't truly know, do they? Whatever you do, do not give up. Success and happiness for you is just around the corner. It's one enormous push on your part. It will take a lot of work, but you absolutely positively can make something happen. Just understand that if you do stumble, it is not the end of the world. You're always one big breakthrough from something amazing. Keep at it from yourself and those around you. Your secret word is powerful. Remember this word. Wow, another very scarily accurate answer. That is crazy. How it actually knows exactly things is so bizarre. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave this video here. This is another interesting game, a very interesting one. There's a couple more that obviously I'm going to do. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on it, what you obviously felt and stuff like that. But yeah, with that being said, don't forget, like, sub and share. I've been your host, Zombie Apocalypse, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.